Alright troops, how's it going? Today we are going to go over why you should be trying to get better at every physical quality at the same time. So a very traditional way of looking at periodisation, and one that I still see a lot of athletes using when they do their own programming, is thinking about blocks of periodisation in terms of they're going to do a strength block, then they're going to do a power block, and then they're going to do a speed block. And during those three blocks, they only do their strength work, then they only do their power work, and then they only do their speed work. And there's a couple of key reasons why that won't work. So if you're a team sport athlete, or really any athlete that has a season, during the season or during when you're competing or whatever, you need to be good at all of those physical qualities at the same time. So you need to be strong, you need to be powerful, you need to be fast, and you need to be all of those things for the duration of the season. One thing that we also know is that if you're not training a quality, then you're going to be getting worse at it. So if you're not doing any speed training, if you're not doing any power training, if you're not doing any strength training, then as time goes on, your ability to produce those qualities is going to get worse. So say you start off the season, and in the first 4 weeks of the season, you're only going to do strength work. So whilst you might be starting to get stronger, or you're at the very least going to maintain your strength, you're going to start to get slower almost after the first week. And if you're a team sport athlete, you just really can't have that happen. Speed is one of the, if not the most crucial physical quality that you can have in team and field sports. So then say you finish your 4 week strength block and now you're going on to your 4 week power block. Again, at first it's going to be okay, you're going to be just strong, but as the season goes on, you're going to start to lose strength as well. And then finally, when you get into your speed block, you're still going to be losing those strength gains, and now you're going to start to lose your power gains as well because you're not doing anything to maintain them. And this just kind of leads to this perpetual cycle where you're only really getting better at one quality whilst the other ones are starting to get worse. And this is before we even go into the fact that it doesn't include any cardio whatsoever as well. And again, if you're a team sport athlete or you play any sort of sport that requires a bit of cardio, you're going to need that in your training too. So what's the solution to this? It's trying to get better at all these physical qualities at the same time. Or at the very least, still training every single quality at the same time. Usually the first objection to this is, or one of the first objections is people say you don't have enough training time to do that, which is total bullshit. So you can easily do a little bit of each quality throughout the week so that at the very least you're maintaining it. And then throughout certain phases of the year, you can kind of push one quality a little bit more. So maybe during the off season, you don't particularly need to be fast, you don't particularly need to be powerful right at the start of the off season, so you can still do your power and your speed work. It's just you're going to attribute a little bit more of your volume to your strength work. And again, as you get closer to the season, you maybe turn that into your strength stuff onto a little bit of a maintenance, and you're now trying to really push the power and the speed work. And the good thing about this is it's really adaptable as well. So say you get 4 weeks into the season and you've been training all the qualities at once, and you're starting to think, I'm maybe getting a little bit slower here, I don't feel as sharp as I did 4 weeks ago. Well, all we need to do then is taper back the volume on the strength stuff a little bit and push the volume on the speed work and on the power stuff. And vice versa, if you're then another 4 weeks into the season, you're going, well, I'm feeling fast right now, but when I go into those battles, I don't really feel as strong. That's alright, we can just taper back the speed work a little bit and push the strength stuff. It then gives you this really adaptable program that the second that you feel that you need to specialise a little bit more in one quality or the other, it's really easy to just lean in that direction and keep everything else still ticking over and get the gains that you want in, if say it's speed or power or whatever it is. Another common criticism of chasing all these qualities at once is that cardio kills your strength gains, or strength work kills your speed gains, that type of thing. And where people often get this notion from is they think if you do your cardio work, you're going to be taking too much energy from your system and you're not going to be able to get stronger, or that if you do your strength work, you're going to be moving too slow to get better at your speed stuff. And there's two issues with these criticisms. The first one is, if you're eating enough food and you're sleeping enough and your program's well spaced out enough, it's really easy to get better cardiovascularly, to get stronger, to get more powerful, and to get faster. So straight away we know that it's not true that if you're doing your cardio you're going to get weaker or whatever it is. And second of all, when people talk about, if you do strength work you're going to get slower, you shouldn't be afraid of the negatives of the things that you are doing. You should be afraid of the negatives of the things that you're not doing. So if you're not doing any speed work, of course you're not going to get faster. If you're doing strength work and speed work, you will get faster. That is just how it works. Your body adapts to the stimulus that you give it. So if you don't give it speed work, you're not going to get faster. If you do give it speed work, you will get faster. If you're wondering why I'm not training at the same time like I usually do, I'm very tired today. I don't have the brain capacity to train and try to talk, so I'm just going to talk and then do the training afterwards. Now, just to round off, this doesn't mean that I'm saying that you shouldn't ever try to, at any point across the season, the off-season, the pre-season, whatever it is, try to specialise or slightly more specialise in one quality. I think that you should be doing that, and I think you should be rotating and leaning into certain qualities at certain points of the year, but I don't think you should be dropping everything to do with one or two qualities and going all in on another. Trading all qualities at once is totally doable as long as you get smart programming. Speaking of which, self-plug, I have a free in-season American football S&C program in the description. I'll leave that down there. Punch your email in, punch your name in, and I will send it straight to your inbox. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully this has been informative. Hopefully you've taken a little bit from this. And yeah, as I said, in-season program in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.